What's going on, guys? And welcome. It is, well, Saturday now, but it's Friday night, super late. It's like 12:40 when I started making this thing. Um, we're closing out the 13th week of investing, and what a crazy week this was. Normally we dive right into the YouTube channel tracker, but I want to talk a little bit about just some good, fun stuff that happened over the week. Um, the beginning of the week I was pretty down, just tired, and I'm tired right now. Like you can see I got the bags under the eyes, but that's okay. So work was kind of crazy, and it went really well this week, so that was good. So I'm feeling great, just based off that alone. But it was my birthday on Wednesday, so I'm now 34 years old, which is what it is, what it is. Um, and it was fun. I had a buddy come over. I've been getting into Pokemon card collecting. It's just like a fun, cool thing to do, a little bit different, and still investing in kind of a way, if I can excuse it as that. But obviously, it's more for fun than it is for finance. Um, but so I had a bunch of Pokemon cards coming in, and my buddy came over. He helped me sort them out on my birthday, and that's what I spent my birthday doing, sorting out Pokemon cards. He bought a big like mystery box full of old retro NES games. So we were testing out the games to see what worked, what didn't work, and just like having a good time playing DuckTales and stuff like that. So like had an awesome day. Kind of low key, but it was fun. Um, the Pokemon collection is growing. So like I've got these slabby patties sitting next to my desk right now. I was just going through those and getting stuff organized. So pretty cool, some fun stuff. And the market is going really well. So, or at least what we're holding, it's going pretty well. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Kind of dive into our Sofi account and what's going on there. And then lastly, just a little update. So, um, a person who's pretty close to me and my family and in my life is a fighter, and she just won a fight tonight. So that was pretty cool. It was a good fight, pretty exciting fight, and she won, which I thought was very well deserved. But wow, it was a close fight. So that's where I'm just coming from before making this video. That's why the video is coming out so late, because obviously you got to cheer people on. And she crushed it. So that was sweet. But yeah, so what we'll do, we're gonna dive into the channel tracker, get some updates, and then we're gonna take a look at the portfolio. All right, so we're gonna follow this blue line across here. Didn't weigh myself again this morning, but we'll get into that. I do have some updates on the weight. All right, so it's not like I'm just abandoning that. But today is March 31st of 2023. Technically, while I'm recording this, yes, it's April 1st, so sorry. But it's March 31st of 2023. My weight, I'm not sure what it is right now. All right. As I said, work's been very chaotic, really busy, and it's actually going really well. So I don't want to sound like that's a negative thing. We're actually doing great at work, which is awesome. Just kind of, shifting some stuff around, and that's great. So I've just been like a little more like rushing out the door than normal. However, I do have at least a mild update on the weight. I what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, I think Wednesday. I actually weighed myself at the gym. I had shoes on and like my clothes on and stuff like that, so I just like jumped on the scale. But it was 286. So I'm guessing that I am a size 15 foot, so my shoes are on the heavier side. I'm guessing that I should be somewhere around like 285, maybe 284 and a half, somewhere around there, based off of that. Okay, I've been eating fairly healthy, and exercising and all that, so weight should be on the better side of things. Excuse me. So that actually looks like that's moving back in the right direction. I started bench pressing at the gym. I don't know if that's a metric that I want to to necessarily track, but I'm adding more of the like heavy lifting stuff into my routine, which is, I don't know, it feels pretty good to do and change it up. But I know these are question marks, but at least as of I think it was Wednesday, 285 ish. All right, so at least again we're not like going above where we were at. Investment balance. So this is some exciting stuff, guys. We are at $3,622.33. Before we were talking, okay, great, we made it past another $500 milestone. Now we're just like blowing right past them, which is awesome. Total dividends, right? We have earned $18.36 of dividend payouts to date. So we picked up basically $4.50 more dividends. So that's awesome. Total growth. So we are only down $142.06 now. That is $100 better this week than it was on Monday. So, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 4 days, we recouped $100 of losses, guys. That is awesome. So really, really exciting to see that there. Time in the market beats timing the market. That's according to Warren Buffett. I personally am not a wealth manager, credit counselor, or financial advisor. I'm just a guy ranting in a triangle-shaped room. So do your own research. This is not financial advice. But yeah, so that was pretty sweet to see. Kind of like a instant huge rebound on that, which I'm very happy about. YouTube income, we're still at $100. A couple people signed up. Nelly. Wow, I'm tired. A couple people signed up for Sofi, which I get a little kickback from. If you guys are looking for a place to set up automated investing, there's a link down in the description below. If you start a new account and fund it for an investing account with at least $10, they will give you $25 of free stock. That's as of today. So it's a great way to kind of like get some free money into the game. A couple of people have done that, and that helps me out here. Total subscribers, we're up to 1,717 subscribers. Part of that is, just continuing to make videos and journaling. And another part is a lot of my content on MPW, now that it's like rebounding, is starting to get more traction, and people are commenting on it like, oh, maybe this guy's not a jerk. Like, maybe he's right. So we're getting a little bit from that, which is funny to see like old content generating new subscribers. To the new subscribers who have joined, thank you. Also, we've picked up some people from making Pokemon content. Again, kind of random, but I thought it'd be fun to show some of the Pokemon stuff that we have going on in the channel. And I guess people like that, so maybe that's something we'll continue to do. I kind of hope so. I think it's fun. Kind of like as a sidebar thing. Like usually that's going to be more in the shorts, I think. But anywho, total views, we're at 173,881 total views. Guys, I am so sorry. I keep yawning. But it is what it is. The total watch hours, we're at 3,597.6 total watch hours. I'm so excited for the day, guys, where we make it past 4,000 total watch hours, because that's when I can finally get monetized by YouTube. We talk about that a little bit every Monday and Friday. We're just getting so close. I can taste that $100 check from YouTube, or at least I hope I can. So that'd be awesome. I've said it before. What I want to do is once I get monetized by YouTube, guys, I want to start a second investing account where I can just like pound all that money into there, and we can track how not only $50 a day every Monday through Friday builds, but where do all these YouTubers make their money? Like, how does that actually work? I would love to track that and see it firsthand, because I just feel like it's not really very clear. We have all these financial gurus who are out there saying like, look at my portfolio. I have $13,000 in dividend stocks. Look at me. And it's like, okay, well, great. What do you do? Like, how do you make money? You can't retire off $13,000 a year. It's not real. But anywho, so I'd love to kind of like dive into that. once we get those watch hours, see how we set that up. And, maybe I'll take some money from it. Yes, I probably will. Don't get me wrong. But primarily, I do want to pump that into an account and watch that thing grow like to the moon. But that's basically where we're at with the channel tracker. Now we are going to dive into Seeking Alpha and get an update on this portfolio. All right, guys. So here we are in Seeking Alpha. This is how I track my portfolio, which is held in Sofi. But I have this all sorted by value, and we are seeing some real legitimate values here, guys. And don't get me wrong. Like, if you have a balance of $5 of a bunch of stocks, like, that is a real legitimate value as well. But for me, I personally like seeing the numbers that are in like the upper hundreds, like $500 kind of amounts, because that just feels like more of an accomplishment to me. But here we have it. So I sorted them by value. SCHD leading the way. That's Schwab's U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. Kind of plays like the S&P 500 or SPY or any of those funds, VOO. It kind of plays like those guys, but it does focus on paying a higher dividend yield. And that dividend yield did pay out on the 27th. So that's a chunk of that extra dividend growth that we have, like those extra payouts or the extra total dividend payments that we've received. That was because of SCHD. Paid us out like $4.50. So that was a pretty good payout here. Coming right down, we have Realty Income Corporation right behind. They haven't paid out their dividend yet. That'll come on this April 14th date. So these two are kind of neck and neck, bouncing back and forth, one higher than the other. But it's good to see, we've contributed the same amount, $10 per day, every Monday through Friday into both of these. They're both performing at a similar caliper. So that's pretty awesome to see. Coming down here, next up, we have Pepsi. So Pepsi, and then down, these stocks we are putting $5 a day into every Monday through Friday. Pepsi, we're at $338.83. We've seen a nice pop in growth. For those who follow the channel, this $182 price point on Pepsi is a lot higher than we've seen lately. And, just following this all the way across, year-to-date performance was actually down up until today. So, it's good to see Pepsi back in the growth game. It was down. Now it's not. We've been buying it while it was down, so that is good. They also have their dividend payout today, so that will reflect in our account on Monday. But we're going to see our first Pepsi dividend that we've seen so far. Procter and Gamble, almost the exact same story, guys. So Procter and Gamble, $338.30. Good to see this stock back up. Just on Monday it was like 141 or something like that. It was much lower. I shouldn't say much lower, but it was lower for sure. No dividend. Well, we did get a payout like at the very, very beginning of this channel, but we were 19 days into the month, so we didn't really have any Procter and Gamble. We didn't really get paid anything. But again, Procter and Gamble was way more down so far year to date than 2.71%. So to see that number coming right back up the right way is good. We got some really good value out of that while it was down. I kind of wish it would go back down, but that's okay. We got some good value, and looking forward to dividend payouts in the future. Next, we have JEPI, or JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. That beautiful mouthful of a fund, we are at $329.43. Loving to see 6 shares of this. It just feels better having more shares of something like that. This fund is designed to pay a monthly dividend. It's a newer fund. It's been around 2 years, and this has a lot of hype. It's funny, my dad was listening to some financial talk show thing, and they were rating people's picks. And they were like, all right, well, I got 50K. I'm thinking of throwing it in Jeppy, and they rated it an A plus trading move, and it was the only trading move that they rated an A plus on the entire show. My dad called me because he was like, "You like Jeppy? You talk about it all the time. Good job!" And I was like, "Thanks, Dad." And so Jeppy's kind of just here doing its thing. One thing that I will point out with Jeppy, right? If this stock ends up, or fund, I should say fund, it's an ETF. But if this thing ends up at even year-to-date performance, you're still getting a 9% increase because you're getting paid out those monthly dividends every single month. So they'll take their snapshot. Let's see, probably Tuesday, because they'll announce it probably Monday, and then probably take their snapshot of what they're paying out on Tuesday, and then we'll see when they actually pay it. But yeah, so we'll have a dividend coming up pretty soon from that. AT&T, we're at $327.84. Nice, good-looking 17 shares here. This was in the 18s. Now it's in the 19s. Love to see the growth. Again, a little bit of a rebound there. And now as we come across, year-to-date performance is up 3.64%. So again, positive year-to-date growth on AT&T with a pretty sizable dividend, guys. So that's actually pretty nice. I look forward to them potentially announcing their dividend in April and taking their snapshot then to pay us out in May. So hopefully that all goes to plan, and that's what we hope. JEPQ. This is very similar to Jeppy. It's just newer. It's managed by the same people. This is JP Morgan NASDAQ Equity Premium Income ETF. It's like if you took Jeppy and filled it full of tech stocks. That's kind of how I describe it to people now. I had to come up with a way to say what's the difference between JEPQ and Jeppy, and that's it. JEPQ, in my opinion, again, do your own research, is basically if Jeppy was based off of tech stocks. We're at $321.12 here. We are not daily investing into this. This is just a place where we're throwing a little bit of cash when we don't know what to do with it. So we got 7.12 shares. This is out of the 44s and into the 45s. So a little bit of growth there, which is great. Same story as Jeppy, right? Here's the Jeppy dates for the last dividend. Here's the JEPQ dates for the last dividend. They basically coincide with one another. So we should see a payout coming up soon. And then year-to-date growth, 9.61%. Guys, JEPQ has been a grand slam for me, and I think the reason why is partially because of this. It is 0 years of growth, and it is not a full year old yet. So just by kind of monitoring the fund, following that fund's manager, and I think that once we have a full year of data on JEPQ, I think that maybe we'll see a little influx of people putting some more money in there. I think there's a lot of people that are doing the same thing that I am right now, where they say, well, I have Jeppy, right? I like the idea of JEPQ. I just don't think I need to necessarily throw all my money into it because I don't know how it's going to perform. So we're going to have some data now on how it performs, and I think that's going to help JEPQ grow. That's completely speculatory. It's just logical to me. It seems reasonable. Another thing that seems reasonable is buying BlackRock in the dip. So BlackRock, we're at 310.68. Clearly, it is not performing on the same degree that Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, Jeppy, anything above it. It is not doing as well. However, it is starting to rebound a little bit in the right direction. We were able to buy it really cheap down at like 610, 620. Now it's back up to 669. Last video, I think I said that it was down like year to date. Well, let's look actually. Let's just click into here. If I go 5-day chart, yeah, like 642 at the beginning of the week. not that great. 620, 623. So this is like where we've been buying this whole time. So we got some great value out of that, and now this is where we live. We're 670. When we started buying this stock, remember it was like 770, like the pretty pricey by comparison. But that dividend yield is looking awesome now, so that's great. Love to see a good dividend yield on a stock that is as monumental as BlackRock. We got a little bit of that dividend payout for the first time from them this month, which is great. And that was the first big tick that we saw in our payouts. And yeah, year-to-date performance only down 6.72% now. Only, right? You never want to see stuff down, I guess, technically, but that's okay. Now, MPW, Medical Properties Trust, has been in the news, in the headlines, all over the place. And again, as I mentioned earlier, this is a big source of our traffic on our channel, is because I made some videos that, everyone loves to hate and hates to love. So, but MPW ticked down to like $7.20, and we were buying it at that price. So we were getting that steal, we were getting that bargain. Every day that it was around there, we were getting like a 16% forward dividend yield on every day that it was at that price point. All that good stuff that's fun to watch and good to see. Now, some big news in MPW. One, they've had a couple management position changes. They have audits and stuff from financial auditors going into a court case against somebody, and there's a bunch moving on. They did also just sell, I think it's $1.2 billion worth of property that they have in Australia to free up some cash. And that really kind of put to rest a lot of the dividend payout questions. Like, are they going to be able to pay their dividend out? So I think a lot of this is based off of that. Like, oh, wow, yeah, they just sold some stuff. Like, everything's good now. They have the cash. I'm not worried. I think I'm cautiously optimistic on that, right? I think the stock's undervalued anyway as it is. But as I had said in prior videos, the company can't be worth less than the total of their assets. It just doesn't make sense. So this is them leveraging some of those assets to get some of that value back, I think. Now, will that hurt their total market cap? Yes, because they sold off some of their assets, right? And that is some of their strength. But they're still, I think, undervalued, especially now that they have that extra cash flow to do whatever they need to do with it. But I'm waiting for their financial statement to come out, right? When you offload like $1.2 billion of property, that's a pretty big deal for a company like MPW. I think the total of all their assets is like, I didn't pull it up before I made the video. I should have. I think it's like 19 billion or something like that. So, you're talking like 6.5%, rough math, of whatever your total market cap is, selling it off to provide the cash. Do I think that's a good solution? Probably. Do we know what that does to their like quarterly earnings statement and all their like crazy reports? No, because they haven't come out with it yet. So when they come out with that, I think that, I don't think the stock's going to trade sideways. Let me put it that way. I think it's either going to spike, or I think it will spike just up or down. I'm not sure. Again, we have to see what the financial implications are of all that stuff that's going on. But it's good to see MPW moving in the right direction, or at least in the positive direction, I should say, based off of all that news and kind of stuff going on. So we're no longer down like 40% year to date or whatever it was at. It wasn't good, like 35% year to date. We were down 27.83% year to date. That's this number right here. But yeah, there's a lot of interest in this right now, and I think people are getting pretty stoked to like get back in on a pretty high paying dividend. And then lastly, we have NASDAQ. This is the stock that I am very excited to sell. So Monday, my dividend payout will show up. We're going to sell off our NASDAQ position. We're going to pump that straight into JetQ. And hopefully we can get it in for the JetQ dividend this month, because that'd be like a win-win. But yeah, so this we will be getting rid of. This is just something that was sitting in the portfolio when we started. But altogether, I mean, we're looking at like today's gain was a 1.16 for $41.36. It just feels really good to be making gains, and it's been relatively consistent. As I said, we picked up about $100 of portfolio value this week since Monday, so it feels awesome to see that good positive growth, and that's pretty much what's going on with the account. All right. So with all that said, I would say that week 13 was a hectic, chaotic, exciting, fun, and Pokemon fueled week. So good to see some gains in the portfolio for the channel. I'm always going to say the same thing: when good stocks go down, I like it because you buy your dividends for cheaper. But it is sometimes just morally like for the morale to see a stock go up once in a while. It's kind of a nice thing. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's 1:15 in the morning. It's now Saturday again, as I said before. So I'm I'll get this video up online right away, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta get to work tomorrow in the early morning. So I'll be at work in a few hours. But realistically, I'm excited for next week. I'm going to try to make a video on Monday and Friday, but we are going to Disney World. So I'm going to be spending some time, with the goober and all that. So we'll be running amok, and he'll be meeting Mickey and Goofy and all those guys. So I'm going to try to do my YouTube channel from Disney World. So that'll be a weird. I won't be in a triangle shaped room, I'll just be in a wherever I can make a video. So we'll see what happens with all that. Little unorthodox, but it is what it is. And then, I'm excited to keep pushing with the channel, and hopefully I don't gain 10 pounds while I'm at Disney. And, I will, continue to invest. Automated investing is a great thing. It makes it pretty easy to just set it and forget it. So, at least I'll have a video on Friday for sure. I'm going to try to do something Monday, and then definitely check the shorts, guys. If you want to see some cool like Disney World shorts or see what we're up to, we'll be making videos the whole time, just kind of like stupid fun stuff that we like. And I haven't been to Disney in 15 years. So, it'll be fun to get some of that stuff. So with that, I wish you guys all happiness, health, and wealth, and roll the outro.